let me first make a very profound statement in that I will tell you I think high school football in Connecticut is much safer than any other state in the country.
During a season, a professional football player can receive up to 1,500 blows to the head. Even with professional equipment, the likelihood of getting a concussion is very high. 60% of all concussions are due to football. This is a major problem facing the NFL as well as high school sports. However, there are safety measures in place to try to limit the number of concussions for student athletes. One of the biggest factors is the type of helmet they wear. The three major brands of helmets they wear are Riddell, Schutt, and Zenith.
So each school is given their own choice and selection based on their needs and their research and what they do.
Even with the best safety equipment, there are still other measures in place to reduce the amount of injuries. The Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference requires mandatory training for all athletic directors and coaches.
It shows them techniques on how to be able to coach and teach and practice without using head and without using contact.
Kids are limited to the number of quarters they can play per week. It's a 6-quarter limit, and a certain amount of plays counts as a quarter.
The three levels of football, freshman, junior varsity, and varsity, all happen within a 3-day window of each other. This is to make sure kids cannot play at each level, which would increase the risk of injury. There are also a limited number of contact hours a player can have. There are bye weeks implemented into the schedule and a limit on the number of drills they can do in practice. Concussion research has progressed over the years, and many myths have been proven false.
People also need to understand that you don't have to be knocked out to have a concussion. You don't have to be dazed and confused to have a concussion. Symptoms are all over the spectrum.
Starting this year, the CIAC is requiring all Connecticut schools to record surveillance data into an online program, which is tied to a national database. This will be the first step into monitoring young athletes and progression toward fewer injuries. So while there are a lot of safety measures in place to help protect students, there are still a lot of people who have valid concerns about this sport. According to the National Federation of State High School Associations, a report found that nationwide participation has declined in the last 7 years. For Quinnipiac, this has been Austin Basile reporting.